Good morning guys, and welcome to another video. Today I thought I would take you with me and just kind of show a day in my life. Now I'm probably going to go eat some breakfast, so we're gonna go do that. So it's a bit later today. I did a couple hours of schoolwork after I had my breakfast, and I actually customized my workspace. I said in my story yesterday how kind of overwhelmed I was, and I kind of was just sharing how college has been for me these past 2 days, and I got a lot of kind responses, and I'm so grateful for all of you. And it just reminded me that I'm not alone, and I hope me sharing it reminded you that you're not alone. But I also got lots of good advice on how to make this semester a bit more manageable for me, and a lot of people said to kind of like decorate my workspace so it looks more like enticing and more motivating for me to sit there and work, and it doesn't look as like mundane and intimidating and boring, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm really excited for how it looks. I'm the kind of person that I don't really like working in a dark space. I always have to be in light. So I love working by a window. The desk was originally like in the corner, and I didn't like, it just wasn't working for me. Like, I lost all motivation to work there because it was just like shoved in a corner. So I moved it to the center of the back of the room where the window is, and it's so beautiful. I love it so much. It's so like aesthetically pleasing for me to look at. But anyway, I'm making lunch right now. I did a workout, and it made me feel good because yesterday I had like no motivation to do anything, and like that really scared me because I'm usually, even when I have bad days, I'm usually somewhat positive and motivated to at least do something. But I've never felt that way so much in my life. Like, I felt so desperate and so overwhelmed that like I just had no motivation to like get up and move, and it scared me. And I'm so grateful today that I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm just grateful I was able to move my body and just feel better today. So yeah, we're making some lunch. I bet you guys probably know what I'm making. I'm making some General Tso's tofu, which is amazing. I love it so much. I've been making it so many times throughout the week, and I'm honestly don't regret it at all because it's so good. And if you haven't made it, you need to make it. Recipes on my blog. I will link it down below. But yeah, I'm gonna have that with some rice, and I've recently been adding avocado to it, and it's amazing. It makes it so creamy and amazing, and chef's kiss. So we're gonna be having that right now. Okay, so I really wanted to show the space that I made for my new like work school desk area. So let me show you. So if it was light out, you'd see like the sky, but right now it's dark. So here I have my desk, I have my computer, a candle, my succulents, I have a couple plants, and then I have some crystals and this old art piece I made so long ago, but I love it. I love everything roomy. But yeah, and then I actually made this on Canva today. It's like I made myself a calendar, and I put all my classes lecture dates and my assignments that are due, and I made a list of all the assignments I have due for this month and like halfway through February, so I just know what's due and what's what. And I'm actually so glad I did that. It makes me feel a lot better. I think I was so stressed these past couple days because I didn't really lay out when my classes were and what classes I'm taking and when the due dates for everything were. I was just like staring at all the assignments my professors put up for the semester, and I was like, overwhelmed over the fact that I had to get all of them done. The irrational part of me was thinking, oh my god, like looking at all these, figuring out how I'm gonna get them all done, like as if I needed to do all of them right now, when rationally speaking, I have 4 months to get them all done, and it's all at a certain pace, so it's gonna be okay. I'm sorry, I feel like this is gonna be a really weird day in my life since I didn't really film a lot. Life happens, so we're getting there though. We're getting there. Did want to share with you something I was journaling about yesterday, so I'll take you up to my room and show you. So brief intermission as we head upstairs. Okay, so we're back in my room, and a lot of people the other day were asking me how I journal exactly, and to be honest, I don't know. I don't know how to say how I journal or how to like describe it. I journal as if I'm talking to a friend, so in my mind my journal is like a person, so I'll talk to my journal as if talking to someone. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe what happened today. I'm not just like merely writing down my thoughts. I mean, I am, but I do so in a way that I feel like I'm confiding in someone and I'm connecting with someone as I write. I don't really follow any journal prompts. I mean, if I don't feel like I'm getting anything, I'll maybe look up something, or maybe I'll look up some questions that I can really ask myself and journal about, but I never really like section off my journal with like different prompts to answer. I was really excited because yesterday was my last journal entry in this journal, which was amazing. I was really excited to finish it. I always get emotional when I finish a journal. I just like spent the last couple pages like thanking my journal. Your journal has been there for you sometimes. It's been there for me at least when I needed it the most and when I really needed someone to confide in, and I'm so grateful to have that space to document it in these pages and to get my thoughts and feelings out, and to just have that ability to ground myself through journaling and through writing. And there was something I did want to talk about. I was journaling about how these past couple days have been really hard for me with school, and what came to the forefront of my mind was how this feeling of being overwhelmed is not only illustrated in how I deal with school and how I manage it and how I perceive it, but it's also illustrated and displayed in how I manage other areas of my life. And it reminded me of that phrase, is how you do one thing is how you do everything. So basically, like on the first day of school, I looked at all my classes and I was like, shit, like I'm not gonna be able to do this, like this is too much. And I was overwhelmed, I was crying, I was a hot mess. I thought about it and I was like, I do the same thing with social media and with YouTube and with like expectations of me. I'll make a whole plan of like things I gotta get done, and I'll like stare at it and be so overwhelmed, and I'll feel like I have to get it all done right now. But in reality, you can space it out. There's no rush. I mean, yes, if you need to hit a deadline, then I guess there's a rush, but there's still a way to plan things out, and you don't have to do it all at one time, and you can take it one day at a time, one moment at a time, one step at a time, and you will get there. Life is not a race because there's no one like you, so there's no one to race against, if that makes sense. I also kind of journaled about my obsession with green. I am obsessed with it. It's more like the pastel green. Like I made my whole vision board green. My mom said that's a sign of the heart chakra, so I can definitely, I guess it kind of makes sense. Also, she said it's a very masculine color. So I was thinking about it and I was journaling about it too, and I realized that I am notorious for embodying a very masculine energy. I'm not very spontaneous. I can be very out of tune with my intuition sometimes, and I'm very black and white when it comes to like little things like getting work done and making sure everything's by the book. Just becoming more aware of that, and one of my goals this year is to just embody more of the divine feminine and just be closer to her and like really embrace and honor my intuition. My friends had just recently started doing the intuitive eating workbook, and she kind of inspired me to do it too, so thank you, Cora, if you're watching. But yeah, I was looking through it and I've had this book forever. Like since I was in treatment, I've had it, and I just never really worked in it. But yeah, I did not touch it at all. But this past week I've been going through it, and it's kind of brought to my awareness things that I might still need to work on, but also like how far I've come, because a lot of these chapters I've been reading and I've just been like isn't really like, it feels redundant, but it's more like the later chapters in the book I guess I want to try and look through. But yeah, it just reminded me, I guess, how far I've come and on my journey, and just like how even there might be times where I feel like I'm back at square one, or like I've made no progress. I look back and I read things like that, and like I ask myself those kinds of questions, and I'm like, wow, if I asked myself that 3 years ago, I would have said something completely different. I guess if you're in that boat and you're recovering or you're going through something, just remember to acknowledge and take pride in how far you've come already. And even if you feel like it's not a lot, you're here today, and that says a lot. So okay, it is 7:17, and I don't know if I'm gonna do like a night routine with y'all, but this might just be a long video, so like bear with me here. But before school started, I would always have a dessert and watch a movie. So we're gonna do that. So let's go. Let's pick ourselves up and let's go do something. It is like 11, I think. Basically, I got through some Bridgerton, and then my sister FaceTimed me and I talked to her for a little while. I was just dealing with school and choosing some classes, so I was just giving her some advice and just talking her through it, which was nice because I love talking to my sister. So yeah, so now I figured I'd just walk you through my nighttime routine for skincare. It's basically the same skincare routine I have in the morning, where I'll just wash my face with this green tea. I don't know if you can see it. This kale green tea superfood cleanser or cleanser. And I'll add on the Depop moisturizer, and I'll also put on this Super Berry Hydrating and Glow Dream Mask, where it's just like a mask you put on and you leave it on overnight, and then when you wash your face in the morning, you wash it off. I've been doing this for over a year as well. My skin, I've noticed, is very sensitive. So this one I find like the most tame on my skin. I don't even know how to describe it, but yeah, it's kind of just my little skincare routine. Nothing really crazy. I don't wear makeup. I've never been one to like the feeling of putting stuff on my face, so I just don't wear it. I'm not like a guru, so I'm not like very chic and have like 50 different things I put on my face. But yeah, that's all it is kind of for me. So I also kind of wanted to show you guys the night stretches I do. This is how I practically end every day. First I do plow pose, and I go into 2 spinal twists. It's better I show you. Okay, so this is my ritual that I do every night before I go to bed. You want to be careful when you are doing this pose not to turn your neck, because this is a very, I don't want to say complex pose, but the goal is to keep your back straight and your neck still. Like, you don't want to turn your neck, because you're in such a confined position, you risk injuring your neck. So you want to make sure your spine is tall and your neck is in place wherever it was prior to you getting into plow pose. I'll just like, a lot of the time I'll just stay in plow for a little while just because it feels nice. Sometimes I'll bring my knees to my head. I'll go into my spinal twist, so I'll pull in one of my legs. In this case, I'm pulling on my right, and I'll hold it, and then I'll twist it over to the left. Oh, I love hearing my back crack. And then I'll just let my right leg fall to the floor as I twist it, and then keep this hand out and I'm facing you right now, but this is also good. These 2 spinal twists are also very good for digestion. So I've definitely found that ever since I started doing these stretches before I go to bed, they really help with my digestion in the morning and just making me feel less bloated and more like rested and less tense, if that makes any sense. Okay guys, so that is kind of going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed spending a somewhat day with me. I know it was kind of all over the place. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, be sure to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you know when I post videos. But I'm so happy you're here, and I just want you to know that you're loved, that you're seen, that you are heard, and that you are enough just as you are in this very moment. And I'm sending so much love and good vibes your way. I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!